Hey, your brain is working right now. It's reading these words, understanding them, and thinking, all in English. Do you know what that means? It means you're already doing something amazing.
And if you're watching this, I already know something about you. You want to speak English more confidently. You want the words to come out easily, without stopping, without freezing, without that horrible moment where your mind goes completely blank.
Yes, that moment. We both know that moment. I'm so glad you're here today because this episode is going to be different. We're not going to talk about rules. We're not going to write anything down. We're just going to tell stories.
Slow stories. Stories told in simple, clear English. Stories that make you feel something. A little scared, a little happy, a little emotional. And while you feel those things, your English is growing.
Here's what's going to happen by the end of this episode. You'll feel more comfortable listening to English. You'll understand natural sentences more easily. And the best part? You'll start to notice that you're not translating anymore. The English is just going in, directly into your brain.
That's the goal. Not perfect English, not textbook English, just real, natural, flowing English that lives inside you.
We have 3 stories for you today. One is a little mysterious and scary. One is about love and doing the right thing. And one is about a simple but powerful life lesson. All told slowly, all told simply.
Before we begin, we want to ask you something. What kind of story do you enjoy most? Horror, romance, moral stories? Tell us in the comments right now. We read every single comment, and your answer helps us make better episodes for you.
And if this sounds like the kind of English learning you've been looking for, real stories, real conversations, real practice, please like this video and subscribe to Master English Talks. It really helps us reach more learners like you.
Okay, turn up the volume, get comfortable. Let's begin with our first story.
Maya moved into a new apartment on a cold October night. It was on the 5th floor of an old building. The walls were white. The floors were wooden, the windows were large. It was a beautiful apartment, but something felt strange.
On her first night, Maya put her bags down and walked through every room. There was a living room, a kitchen, a bathroom, and a bedroom. But there was also a 5th door at the end of the hallway, a small old door. It was locked.
Maya asked the building manager about the door. He looked at her quietly for a moment. Then he said, "That room is empty. Don't worry about it." He didn't smile. He turned and walked away quickly. Maya watched him go and felt cold, even though the heating was on.
That night, Maya tried to sleep. It was midnight. The building was silent. And then she heard it, a soft sound, like someone walking, very slowly. One step, then another, then another. The sound was coming from behind the locked door.
Maya sat up in bed. She told herself, "It's just the building. Old buildings make sounds." She closed her eyes. The walking stopped. She started to relax. And then a knock. 3 slow knocks on the locked door.
Maya did not move. She did not breathe. She stayed very still for a long, long time. When the morning came and the sun was bright and warm, she called a friend. "Come and stay with me," she said. "I don't want to be alone here."
Her friend came. They had coffee. They left. Maya started to feel silly for being scared. That evening, her friend walked down the hallway and stopped. "Hey," her friend said, "what's behind this door?" Maya said, "I don't know. It's locked." Her friend put her hand on the door handle, and the door opened.
The room was empty, completely empty. White walls, wooden floor, one small window. The window was open. A cold wind came through it and moved the curtains slowly. Maya's friend laughed. "See, nothing here, just an open window."
Maya nodded, but she was looking at the floor. There, in the dust, 2 lines of footprints, going to the window and then stopping, just stopping, as if whoever made them had simply disappeared.
Wow, that gives me chills every time.
Okay, before we talk about the story, let's do our first mini quiz. This is important. We're going to ask you something about the story. Don't just think the answer, say it out loud. Speak it. This is how your mouth and your brain learn together.
Here's the question. Why did Maya feel cold on her first night even though the heating was on? Was it because A, the window was open, or B, she felt something was not right about the building manager?
Say your answer out loud right now. A or B? We'll give you 5 seconds.
The answer is B. She felt cold because the manager's reaction was strange. He didn't smile, he walked away quickly. Our bodies react to people's behavior, and in English, we use the word cold to describe that feeling, not just temperature, but emotion. I felt cold can mean you were uncomfortable or scared. That's a beautiful thing about this language.
And here's a phrase from the story we want you to remember. Something felt strange. This is something you'll use in real life. Maybe you meet someone and something feels off. Maybe you walk into a room and something feels strange. Say it now. Something felt strange.
Great. Write in the comments, tell us what you think happened to whoever made those footprints. We want to hear your theories. Just write in English and practice using the language.
Okay, our second story is very different. It's called The Last Bus. It's romantic, but it's also about honesty, about doing the right thing even when it's hard. This story is for everyone who has ever been in a situation where they had to choose between what's easy and what's right.
I really love this story. It feels very real.
It is. It was 11:30 at night. Alex was at the bus stop. He was tired. He had worked all day. He just wanted to go home. The last bus came. He got on. He sat down near the back. The bus was almost empty.
At the next stop, a young woman got on. She was carrying 2 heavy bags and looking at her phone with a worried face. She sat down across from Alex. She put her bags down and made a small sound, like relief, like she was finally safe.
A few minutes later, her phone fell out of her hand. It landed near Alex's foot. He picked it up, and he saw the screen. There was a message on it. "Where are you? Are you okay? Please come home." It was from someone called Mum.
Alex looked at the woman. She had fallen asleep. She was clearly exhausted. He held the phone and thought. He could wake her up, he could give it back right now, or he could just put it on the seat next to her. She'd find it when she woke up. Either way, the phone would be safe, right?
He put the phone on the seat beside her, quietly, carefully. He felt good about that. And then the bus hit a bump in the road. The phone slid off the seat. It hit the floor. The screen cracked.
The woman woke up at the sound. She looked around, confused. She saw the cracked phone on the floor. She picked it up. Her face changed. She looked like she wanted to cry.
Alex felt terrible. He said, "I'm sorry, your phone fell. I tried to put it somewhere safe, but..." The woman looked at him. She said, "Did you see who messaged me?" He hesitated, just 1 second, but she saw it. She said, "You read my message." Her voice was quiet, not angry, just tired and sad.
Alex said, "I didn't mean to. It was on the screen when I picked it up. I could see your mom was worried. I should have woken you up immediately. I'm really sorry." He meant every word.
The woman was quiet for a long moment. Then she said, "Thank you for being honest about it." She looked at the cracked screen. "The phone can be fixed." She looked up. Honesty is harder to find.
They rode the bus in silence after that. But before she got off, she turned and said, "I'm Lena." He said, "I'm Alex." She smiled, just a small smile, and stepped off the bus into the night.
Alex watched the bus doors close. He never saw her again, but he thought about that moment for a long time, not because of what he lost, but because of what he found. That one honest moment cost him nothing and still felt like the most important thing he'd done all week.
That's a beautiful story, and it's so real. We all have moments like that, small choices. And the language in this story, let's talk about it.
There are 2 phrases I want you to practice. First, "I didn't mean to." This is so useful. You say it when you did something by accident. "I didn't mean to be late. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I didn't mean to take so long." Say it. "I didn't mean to."
And the second phrase, "I should have." This is how we talk about past mistakes or better choices. I should have woken her up. I should have studied more. I should have called earlier. This phrase is incredibly common in real English conversations.
Here's your comment challenge for this story. Write one sentence using I should have, something from your own life, big or small. I should have eaten breakfast today. I should have slept earlier last night. Anything. Just write one sentence in English in the comments. Go for it.
And remember, every sentence you write in English is practice. Every comment you leave is your English getting stronger.
Our third story is different from the others. It's quieter, slower. It's a moral story, and it's the kind of story that stays with you for a long time. It's called The Old Man and the Apples.
This one is my favorite of the three.
An old man lived alone in a small house at the edge of a village. Every year he grew apple trees. Beautiful, healthy trees with bright red apples. People from the village would walk past his garden and stare at the trees with wide eyes.
One autumn day, a young boy came to the old man's door. He was maybe 10 years old. He said, "Excuse me, sir. Your apples look amazing. Can I have one?" The old man looked at him and said, "No." The boy was surprised. He said, "Why not?" The old man just shook his head and closed the door.
The boy came back the next day and the day after. Every day he asked. Every day the old man said no. After 1 week, the boy was sitting under the apple tree, looking up at the fruit. The old man came out and sat beside him. He didn't say anything for a while.
Then the old man spoke. He said, "Why do you keep coming back?" The boy said, "Because the apples look so good, and I think you're going to say yes eventually." The old man almost smiled. He said, "What if I never say yes?" The boy thought about this. Then he said, "Then I'll just enjoy looking at them. They're still beautiful, even if I never eat one."
The old man was quiet for a long time. Then he stood up, walked to the tree, and picked the largest, most beautiful apple. He handed it to the boy. He said, "You passed the test." The boy didn't understand. He said, "What test?"
The old man said, "Many people want things, and when they don't get them immediately, they give up. They get angry. They say it's not fair. But you kept coming, and more importantly, you found a way to be happy even without getting what you wanted. That is the most valuable thing a person can learn."
The boy held the apple in both hands. It was heavier than he expected. He took one bite. It was the sweetest thing he had ever tasted, not just because of the apple, but because of what he'd done to earn it.
And the message here is so important. In English, we have a phrase, "Good things come to those who wait." But this story adds something to it. It's not just about waiting. It's about finding peace while you wait.
And you know what? That's also a message for English learners. You're not going to be fluent tomorrow. You're not going to be perfect next week. But if you come back every day, every week, every episode, you will get there, just like the boy and the apple tree.
I love that. Okay, one more comment challenge. Tell us what lesson from this story means the most to you. Write it in the comments in English, even one sentence. I learned that, or this story shows me that. Write it. We're waiting for your words.
Okay, time for our interactive section. This is where we check your understanding, not of the story, but of the real English inside it. We're going to give you a line from the stories, and you choose what it means. Speak your answer out loud. Ready?
Let's go. Number 1. From the first story, the manager said, "That room is empty. Don't worry about it." Did he mean A, the room is safe and nothing is wrong, or B, the room is empty but there might be something he's not telling her?
Say it out loud. What's your answer?
In the story, his quick exit and serious face gave a different message than his words. In English, we say, "It's not what you say, it's how you say it." Communication is more than words. Well done if you said B.
Number 2, from the second story, Lena said, "The phone can be fixed. Honesty is harder to find." Did she mean A, she's more upset about the phone than the honesty, or B, she values honesty more than the broken phone?
Think about it. Say it out loud.
It's B. She's actually saying something kind. She's saying, "I appreciate that you are honest with me. That matters more." This is a very natural way people speak in English, saying something indirectly to show kindness.
Number 3.
From the third story, the old man said, "You passed the test." Did he mean A, the boy answered a difficult question correctly, or B, the boy showed a good quality in the way he behaved?
Say your answer out loud.
It's B. The test wasn't about words, it was about character. And in English, pass a test doesn't always mean an exam. It can mean you showed something good about who you are.
These 3 stories are now part of your English. The sentences are in your memory. The feelings are connected to the words. And that's how language learning is supposed to work, through stories, not just through studying.
One last challenge before we wrap up. Choose one of the 3 stories, the horror, the romantic, or the moral, and write 2 or 3 sentences in the comments summarizing it, in your own words, in English. You can do it.
Okay, we've come to the end of today's episode, and I have to say, I think this is one of my favorite ones. Stories are magic. They carry you somewhere else, and while you're there, your English gets stronger without you even trying.
Let's remember what we did today. First, we listened to a horror story, The Empty Room, and we learned how to describe feelings of fear and strangeness in English. Second, we experienced The Last Bus and practiced 2 powerful real-life phrases, "I didn't mean to" and "I should have." And third, we sat under that apple tree with the old man and the boy, and we learned that patience isn't passive, it's a skill.
And through all 3 stories, you were practicing the most important thing in language learning, listening with feeling. When you feel something, your brain remembers the words. So every story you listened to today left a mark. A good mark.
Here's something to think about. Which character from today's stories felt the most real to you? Maya in the empty apartment? Omar on the bus? The boy with the apples? Think about why, and if you want, write it in the comments. Connecting stories to your own life is one of the best ways to make vocabulary stick.
If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like. It takes 1 second and it means the world to us. Share it with a friend who wants to improve their English. And most importantly, subscribe to Master English Talks so you never missed a new episode. We upload regularly, and every episode is designed specifically for you. Real English, real stories, real growth.
Learning English doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to feel like homework. It can feel like listening to a friend tell you a story on a quiet evening. That's what we want to be for you.
And remember, every time you press play, every time you write a comment, every time you say a sentence out loud, that's progress. Don't wait to be perfect before you start speaking. Start speaking and perfect will come.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. It genuinely means a lot. Keep coming back. Keep listening. Keep speaking. You're doing better than you think. See you next time.